Money, it's something everyone wants, from beggars on the street to billionaires in penthouses. But it isn't just a piece of paper, it's an addiction in itself. Money is a universal language understood by both highly educated bankers and barely literate politicians. It's this power of money that has taken humans from living in jungles to building skyscrapers that touch the sky and riding cars that move faster than the wind. Money is simply a piece of paper with no intrinsic value, yet it holds the power to define the worth of everything else. So where did money get this power from? Let's dive deeper into its history. Thousands of years ago, humans used the barter system for trade. If someone needed sugar and had rice, they had to find someone who not only wanted rice but also had sugar to trade. This system had obvious limitations, prompting people to think of a better alternative. And thus, commodities like livestock, grains, and even alcohol started being used as a medium of exchange. However, these commodities had their own problems. Figuring out the correct value was difficult, and they could spoil or die over time. This led humans to seek something more universal, and the use of gold and silver coins began. But, as always, humans found a way to complicate things. Gold is heavy, and carrying it around posed risks, including theft. That's when goldsmiths came up with a solution. They started offering to store people's gold securely and issued a paper receipt in return. This paper said, "I owe you this much gold." These receipts could be exchanged back for gold at any time, and people loved the idea. Soon, people started trading these paper receipts as if they were the gold themselves. And that's when the goldsmiths had an epiphany. Almost no one ever came back to claim their gold. Realizing this, they began to print more receipts than the gold they actually had. This marked the start of the world's first massive scam, which still goes on today. The place where gold was stored became the world's first bank, and those paper receipts became the first currency notes. Now, if I ask you how a bank works, you'd probably say, "We deposit money in a bank and the bank lends it out to others and charges interest." The difference between what they charge and what they pay us as interest is the bank's profit. Sounds simple, right? But there's more to it than that. Let's see how a bank really makes money. Suppose you deposit $1,000 in a bank. According to the bank's rules, they'll keep 10% as a cash reserve and loan out the remaining $900 to someone else. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you check your account, it still shows your $1,000. Meanwhile, the person who took out the loan checks their account and sees $900. Suddenly, the total purchasing power created by that $1,000 deposit is now $1,900. But the bank only has $1,000 in actual cash. The bank has essentially created $900 of virtual money out of thin air. And this game doesn't end here, it goes further. Person who received the $900 loan spends it, and it gets deposited into another account. The bank then keeps 10% of that $900 as a reserve and lends out $810, creating even more virtual money. Through this system, banks can easily turn a $1,000 cash deposit into $10,000 worth of virtual currency. And while you think your money is safely stored in the bank, in reality, if even 20 to 30% of people tried to withdraw their money at the same time, the bank wouldn't be able to return all of it. Why? Because they simply don't have all your money. Thanks to the fractional reserve system, banks operate on probability. For example, if we add up all the balances in all the bank accounts in the world and it totals $100, only less than $10 of that amount is actually available in cash. The rest, over 90%, is just virtual numbers you see on a mobile screen or an ATM receipt. This entire maze is deliberately complicated so that the average person doesn't understand it and remains trapped in this system. People think currency and money are the same, but they aren't. Currency is just a medium of exchange, while money is something that holds intrinsic value. For example, a bundle of $1,000 bills in your home could become just a pile of paper overnight if the government declares it worthless. That's currency. But a gold coin in your home will always have its value, no matter what any government says. So, when so-called experts tell you to buy gold bonds, digital gold, or invest in gold ETFs to save on taxes or get better returns, I'd say go for real gold. Most major financial decisions aren't made based on a few percentage points of tax. Unless you're dealing with billions, the tax difference isn't a big deal. Truth is, during a crisis, real assets are what matter. You can't buy groceries with a gold bond certificate, but a small piece of real gold can feed your family for months. Conclusion asterisk. Money isn't just paper, it's a powerful force that has shaped human civilization. From the barter system to virtual currency, the journey of money tells us more about human psychology and society than we may realize. And while the financial system is full of complexities, one thing remains clear: understanding money is crucial for understanding power, control, and ultimately freedom. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful content. ****